True Finance has cracked the top 100 apps in the finance category in the App Store. This is a lesser known cash advance app and it currently has 4.8 star ratings from over 10,000 users. And unlike a lot of other cash advances, there's also options to earn money as well. It does this through games and surveys and also has built-in credit monitoring. So I want to know, this app sounds really interesting. Is there a catch or not? First off, right off the bat, we find out that True Finance caps your cash advances to $100. This is a lot less than most of the other apps that we've reviewed. However, some of the features might make it worth it, so let's keep going. Most users start with the $25 to $50 range for their first advance. On the website, it says that the average is $41, which is higher than the average for a lot of the other apps, so not bad, not great, kind of in the middle. There's also a True Rewards feature where you can earn money by downloading apps, playing games, taking surveys. Like all the other apps, it also does not check your credit score. It connects to your bank account using Plaid and looks at your account history. In order to use the app, you do have to meet certain requirements. You have to be at least 18, you have to be a US citizen, or a lawful permanent resident with a social security number or a TIN. Income from gig work or the government might actually qualify if it meets the requirements. However, this is where it gets a little weird. You'll also need a bank account that's at least 90 days old, shows at least 3 recurring direct deposits, and at least $1,000 in monthly deposits, which is a bit higher than some of the other apps require. True Finance will look at your account activity, your transaction history, and your balance, and determine if you're eligible for an advance. Okay, so let's break down the costs. So there's no interest and no late fees and no tips. It does charge you a $3.99 subscription fee, which is, you have to basically pay that to get access to the advances. The standard delivery is free and that will arrive in 1 to 2 business days, or you can use the express option. This is called the rapid advance feature and it charges you anywhere from $2.99 to $5.99 depending on how much the advance is for. So overall, it'll cost you $9.98 for a $100 advance, which I would say is pretty good. Repayment fees, these are due in one installment on the date that you choose when you take out the advance, and it's also going to pay back those express fees at the same time. It will try to repay using your linked debit card first, and if that fails, it's going to reattempt using ACH. It will try to repay itself up to 2 additional times, or you could also go back in and manually repay it. So the burning question, what happens if you just revoke access and don't pay it back? It won't report the credit, it won't send you to collections, and it will not charge you any late fees, but it will deny you access to future cash advances, and it does reserve the right to pursue fraud cases. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's talk about the earning opportunities. So these are things like playing games, downloading apps, taking surveys. They're through third parties that are connected to the app. And let's take a look at how much you can earn from that. It does require a $10 minimum cash out. And then if you're new and you've just created the account, you have to wait 72 hours to be able to cash out. So this reminds me of the other cash advance app that we reviewed called Super Plus. And you could also earn money for taking surveys and playing games and things like that. However, there's one difference. The Super Plus charges you a whopping $15.99 in subscription fees to even have access to the feature. So compared to that, True Finance looks great. True also has 4.8 stars in the App Store with over 10,000 reviews and 4.7 on Google Play with over 1,000 reviews. There's a lot of positive feedback about the rewards option for extra cash, the transparency, and the quickness of the entire process. However, as we've said before, there was negative feedback about how the $100 limit is small for a lot of people. There were also complaints about the $3.99 subscription fee not being transparent enough. So it's a good thing you guys have us to tell you before you attempt to use it. True is great if you want a low-cost, fast option, but not so great for people who don't want to cap their advance at $100. If this is also a problem for you, then check out our roundup of 7 underrated cash advances. These have higher than $100 maximums for advances. Some of these offer higher limits and more flexibility, and I will put that up on the screen or in the comments. One of those 2 places. Yay!